Welcome to AnnieMac Home Mortgage's National Lunch and Learn League. Congratulations on taking the first step into learning everything you need to know to increase your business with Renovation Home Mortgages. I'm Kevin Dolan.
I'm Landy Garcia, and we are the co-directors of AnnieMac Home Mortgage Renovation Department. Today we're going to review everything that you need to know to make an impact in your business using renovation financing. Thank you for attending.
Welcome again to AnnieMac Works Realtor Reno Certification. AnnieMac Works is offering this certification to real estate agents to enhance your knowledge on everything Reno and how to help develop more business for you. AnnieMac Home Mortgage has one of the finest renovation departments corporately located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, where we don't farm out any parts of the renovation process. In addition, to help serve all of your clients, we offer something called our Red Carpet Renovation Call. This call is set up as early as a mortgage pre-qualification, where we're going to put you, the realtor, your client, our borrower, and anyone else involved on a phone call early on in the process to give them all the knowledge they need to know about the steps, including who's in the process, the chronological order, and everything they need to expect for a renovation loan. In the certification today, we have broken this down into two modules. We want to talk about why we're even offering this renovation designation to you, recognizing the opportunities you as a realtor may come across that will help you develop more business, some basic scripting on how you can speak to your clients as it relates to a renovation loan, and different scenarios you should identify. In Module 2, we're going to review the renovation basics, the 101 of anything you should need to know about renovation loans.
At AnnieMac, we believe that renovation financing is underutilized in the marketplace. There's a lot of opportunity with inventory issues where you can use renovation financing to assist buyers and sellers with properties that are in disrepair. There's a lot of misconceptions with renovation financing where realtors feel that it's a complicated process or your commissions are affected when it comes to renovation financing. And with this course, you'll be able to understand how you can use renovation financing to impact your business.
So one of the reasons why a lot of realtors don't participate in even offering or speaking about renovation loans to their clients is because of the myths, horror stories, and a lot of the bad press that's out there on the internet. Some of the myths might be the loans take forever to close, they're going to not get their commission on time, things like that. Horror stories, where I was working on a deal for 6 to 9 months and it never ever closed. The internet obviously is putting out all the different bad press, and more or less people are just hearing all these things and saying, you know what, I don't want to take part of it. Well, that's why there's an opportunity. When all of these things are being said, that's one of the reasons why we're putting this course together, and one of the reasons why you as a realtor have an opportunity to be someone who can specialize in this market where there's not much competition right now.
All right. So a lot of these myths are actually not true. We can close these loans effectively just like any other transaction, and you can set yourself apart from your competition.
So a lot of realtors will steer away from doing renovation loans because they feel that they're too time consuming. One of the things that makes AnnieMac different is that we have a red carpet call. Why we do these calls is to set the right expectations up front and not have our clients learn the process as they go along. If you have all of the ducks in a row up front, this definitely is one of the reasons why they do not take much more time than any other loan. Another thing we hear is that they take forever to close. That's simply not true. Most of renovation loans take in or around the same amount of time as any other non-renovation loan transaction. The structure and process that we have allows us to stay efficient in getting you from point A to point B in a very fast way. The other thing is that it's one easy loan where the renovations start after the loan closes. Therefore, the loan closes and the renovations begin. Another thing we hear real estate agents speaking about is that it takes forever for them to get their commission. That's simply not true as well. After the loan closes and the purchase transaction is closed, that's when you get your actual commission, just like any other transaction. The renovation process from start to finish has no impact on when a realtor gets their actual paycheck. In addition, we hear that there are always too many people involved in the process. And again, that's not true as well. Our team is dedicated and works closely with all the HUD consultants and contractors. We keep communication open and available to all every step of the way. There are too many limits on what you can do or can't do. Again, that's simply not true. It's quite the opposite, actually. You can do more renovations than the actual value of the house in many cases, tapping into equity that's not there. You can simply do paint or carpet all the way to luxury items like swimming pools with some renovation loan programs that we have, and everything in between. These can only be used by first-time home buyers. Again, this is also not true. Any qualified buyer can use a renovation loan program. We actually have loan programs now that can be for primary occupancy, somebody buying a second home, and in some cases even an investment property.
So here's a few things that are unique to renovation loans. Okay. You can take buyers and show them the opportunity to purchase a property at a wholesale price and make it their own. Okay. You can customize the property. You can include features that otherwise the buyers could not afford. And more importantly, with inventory issues across the nation, you can take buyers who are looking in neighborhoods that they otherwise couldn't afford by looking at properties that are at a wholesale price. Right? So wholesale versus retail. Properties that are turnkey have a price associated with that beautiful home that's already staged and ready to go. Some of your first-time buyers could be frustrated with offers that they've made, and this is the opportunity for you to show them a program that will allow them to buy the right property in the right neighborhood, include all the costs to renovate the property, make it their dream home, and include it all in one loan. In many cases, these buyers can end up with instant equity once they move into the home and have every detail that they've ever wanted already in the scope of work. So there's definitely an opportunity for you to set yourself apart by introducing your buyers to renovation financing.
Here's a perfect example of somebody who was looking to buy a home in a certain area who could not afford the actual real estate that was on the market. So what we were able to do is we had their realtor look for homes that were a little bit below market price, but these homes obviously were in need of repair and renovation. As you can see on the before picture on the left, the home obviously was much smaller, and it didn't really compare to the homes in the area that he was looking at. So we were able to buy the house for a much lower price, use a renovation loan to add square footage, add a bathroom, add a bedroom, and if you can see here on the after picture to the right, the home came out beautiful. This is a perfect example of taking someone who may have normally not bought in a certain area and being able to provide a solution and an option to them and find them a house in the neighborhood they still wanted to be in using a renovation loan. And in addition, by buying the house at such a low price and doing these improvements, the buyer of this home was able to achieve a lot of instant equity, in this case over $75,000.
Okay. A renovation loan by definition is a loan that includes the purchase price plus the cost of the renovation all rolled into one loan. So here are a few examples of advantages that come with using renovation loans. Which one of your buyers wouldn't be pleased with these results? Here are some examples that we can go through. $255,000 purchase, rental budget of $34,500. The after improved value in this case was $300,000. So the buyer made the renovations that they wanted and had an equity of $10,500 in the end. Another example of one of our clients, $135,000 purchase, $66,000 renovation, after improved value of $235,000. Equity creation was $33,600. So here are examples of scenarios where you're putting buyers into homes that they've customized and receive instant equity at the end. This is something that your competitors aren't doing simply because they're not talking about renovation loans. Okay. Here are some additional examples of before and after photos of some of the clients that we've serviced.
Next, we're going to discuss a few different common scenarios that can come up. With now the knowledge that you have about how renovation loans work, you may be able to provide a solution. So let's say you're going about a normal transaction, whether it just be a regular conventional or FHA transaction where the buyer gets the appraisal back and the home is subject to the completion of repairs that are needed for that deal to close. Under normal circumstances, you would go to the seller or you would try to negotiate those repairs to be fixed so that the appraiser could go back out and complete the transaction. Let's just say that's not an option and the seller is not cooperating or does not have the funds to do so. In this case, a renovation loan could be utilized for the buyer to take on adding those repairs and renovations into a renovation mortgage, creating a solution for that transaction to close. A very common thing that comes up that we see all the time. So in this case, why pass on a transaction and have to start all over with that buyer when a renovation loan can be utilized and that transaction can be completed? We have a lot of real estate agents who now don't fear inspection issues, because when you're using a renovation loan, you can go about any transaction knowing that if repairs do happen to come up, or there are some iffy repairs, you're not sure if they're going to come up, and they do, you have the solution in your back pocket to accommodate those repairs into a renovation mortgage. Let's just say a buyer wants certain things that you can't find them. Say, for example, a buyer wants to have a house and they have a need for 3 bedrooms or 2 bathrooms in this case, and the market that they're looking in or the neighborhoods that they're looking in only have 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. A renovation loan can be utilized in this lack of inventory market that we're all experiencing to maybe present an option where an additional bedroom or bathroom can be added to the house, therefore providing an option and solution to an inventory issue right then and there. We find that that's a common solution that the savvier real estate agents who understand how to use these products are actually accomplishing. Here's another one. How many of you have been on appointments where the seller of a home is either upside down or maybe will be upside down and owe more to sell their house after real estate commissions and the payoff of the current mortgage that they have, where listing is then not an option because they don't have the money to bring to the table to sell their house? Well, in this case, we've been successful in offering a renovation loan to refinance the existing home, tapping into equity that's not there by using a renovation mortgage to increase the square footage of the home, add bedrooms and bathrooms, therefore now having that house be comparable to other homes, increasing its value, and being able to see an option for that seller now to sell the house. In which case, you as a realtor will be taking all the credit by referring them to your AnnieMac loan officer, who will be able to let you know when the renovations are done so that you can get a for sale sign into that house where you normally would not have had any options, and in most cases be able to take that seller and obviously find them a new house for them to buy as well. Therefore, it could be a total of 2 transactions. Lastly, for all you listing agents in the room, how about a house that you've had problems selling? Usually it's because of the condition in most cases we find. Well, how about taking that house, getting a contractor to the home, listing the items that need to be repaired and the cost of how those repairs would be done, and introducing a renovation mortgage to all the prospective buyers. You're then kind of connecting the dots for them, showing them vision, showing them the vehicle from getting from point A to point B, and using a renovation mortgage to say, hey, we know the house is in the condition that it's in today. Here's what's wrong with it. Here's how much it's going to cost. And here's a loan program that will allow you to buy the house with a low down payment, including all of those repairs into it, so that at the end you have the final product that you want. We've seen a lot of listing agents take a lot of success from that initiative and marketing homes with renovation mortgages. We even offer different type of co-branded and payment calculation brochures and flyers that your AnnieMac home loan officer can introduce to you as well. Thank you for your time thus far. We have now reached the end of Module 1. I don't think there's any surprise that everyone's excited about all of the ways that you can use a renovation loan to increase your business as a real estate agent. We look forward to going to Module 2, where we'll discuss the loan basics and the 101s.
Thank you.